Welcome to part 2 of the VEC 24 Hours of Le Mans highlights. Part 1 ended as Greg wrapped up his quad stint in 4th and gave the car over to Jon, and we began to go through everyone's second and final stints. Jon came out in 5th after the stop, with Undercover staying out while we did a full service stop. But a few laps later they pitted themselves and we stabilized in 4th again, 20 seconds ahead of Pulse Motorsport. Pulse Motorsport was slowly closing in, and then finally their recovery drive took us as a victim, dropping us back to 5th for the time being. Jon's stint saw out the rest of the night and brought us into the daylight. He handed the car over to Greg, who came out in 6th after the full service. At that point, we were chasing Undercover Sim Racing back down, but eventually they pitted for a full service as well and took us back to 5th. About 15 laps later, Pulse Motorsport did a driver swap and came out behind us, moving us up to 4th. However, it didn't take long for Pulse Motorsport's new driver to catch Greg on the old tires, and it moved us back down to 5th. So back down to 5th, and 5th we would remain for the rest of Greg's stint. At this point, I think we were all starting to get a little bit tired, as you can hear from these radio messages.
23 seconds of fuel, big shock, it's what it's been all race. I'm glad I've got my Jason final set. Ah, shoot, I got a speeding penalty.
There goes the advantage of FT12.
Yeah, I would do that with my old team because they always had drive-thrus to serve, so I'd just top off the tank while I was doing it. Mind you, I wasn't the one earning those penalties.
Sure.
We believe you, Greg.
He says as he just got a penalty.
Oh, is that how it's gonna be?
I was telling my friend at work about the race and stuff, and he was asking about penalties or for contacts, and I was like, yeah, you can get penalties for contacts or speeding. And he goes, how do you get a penalty for speeding if you're racing?
Yeah, so I'm also planning to be with him, so if you want to sleep until the last moment, that's fine. Because you've been up almost all day.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You probably look like a zombie, Greg.
Hey, no need to get personal.
Well, to be fair, Dad, you kind of sound like a zombie, so...
Well, I always sound like this.
Greg wrapped up his final stint and gave the car over to me for what would be my final stint of the VEC season. Alright, back into the race for my final stint. It will be a triple stint in the daylight. We are looking at, we're in 5th still. Couple laps ahead of the car behind. Couple minutes behind the car ahead of us. They always catch me right on the kinks. Two little kinks at Mulsanne, that one there and this one here. This one's worse because it's so... it's got a nice little drop off to it, but yeah, it's funny. Being outside of those little kinks is not really where you want to be in a GT car. But it's part of it. Under 6 hours to go, which is the standard race length.
User joined your channel.
There's a wild Jules that has appeared. Hello. Alright, this Porsche is a little bit off the pace. Let's hop by him on the straights. Cork is faster in the straights. It's always encouraging.
Alright, Troy. I just gave Jules the lowdown on the situation where we're at, so with that, I'm going to disappear for a bit. You guys have fun.
Holy cow! That caught me off guard massively. Whew, Jesus. Ah, it's 12:40 in the morning.
There is a P1 and a P2 approaching.
Welcome to code 18, 10 seconds, no overtaking. Five, four, three, two, one. Code 18 forced.
Alright.
Okay, I don't know if you want to go in the pit because he's at the second Wilson chicane.
Yeah, let's grab a splash then. Free fuel.
Okay.
Okay, 10 seconds of fuel. That actually took 15 seconds for some reason. Not really sure why. Okay.
As a pit crew is wants to sleep.
Well, I want to sleep too, so I don't blame him. What was I telling you? Always catch me at the kinks. So I got about 54 minutes to go, obviously. Just started, so that puts us right at about 200 minutes to go. It's 3 hours, 20 minutes. Think you can take over at that point?
Yeah, I think yes.
Holy shit. That was a big moment. It is 1:44 a.m. in the morning, which is what a.m. means. And I'm just... oh man, what's going on? I'm gonna settle in and focus here. Do not want to be making a mistake right now. All P4 just retired. They left the server. Did he crash out? I'm shown as 4th right now, so we're officially P4.
Okay, so it was at the admin then. I can't tell if they crashed or not.
So Osvaldo rejoins in 5th, 1.2 laps behind us, so we are now a solid P4. With however long there is left to go. Okay. All set, engine mix is at 7.
That will reset anyway. Jules, you're gonna be doing 13 lap stints, right? I think yes. Well, I will do what you tell me to do anyway. Yeah, I think we need to do 13 laps. Okay.
Good stuff. The plan was for me to do 3 stints and give it to Jules with 3.5 stints remaining, but after the code 80 and in the end having done 2.5 stints, the prospect of making it another full stint was just too much at the time. So it was a good time to get Jules in the car for the final 3 hours and 20-ish minutes as he was fully rested and ready to go, which is a lot better to have a fully rested Frenchman than a sleepy Troy. Jules began his driver stint, which would be our last driver stint of the season. Our somewhat routine finisher for the long race, Jules would bring our car home for the 24 hours of Le Mans. We were still sitting in 4th, 2nd was 2 laps ahead, and 5th was 2 laps behind. We were on the same lap as the VRE BMW for most of the last few hours, but they had just been quicker than us all race long and nothing was about to change. They held us off very well to maintain their 3rd place. And we wrapped up the 24 hours of Le Mans and the season with a very clean 4th place. No dramas, no issues, no crashes. Really nice and clean way to end this amazing season on a positive note. We narrowly missed the podium, which would have been really awesome, but nevertheless we have to give huge congratulations to Blackhawk Racing number 81 for winning the 24 Hours of Le Mans and solidly taking the championship. Northern Light Racing had an amazing drive to second place. They were very, very quick as well. And the VRE BMW held us off for third for a convincing podium. And with that fourth place, we would maintain our third place in the championship, which I am massively excited and proud of. A season that had 74 hours of total racing and a GT field that saw over 23 entries. The GT field is amazing. There are so many cars and so many battles. It was an awesome and exciting season, and every race had a great story to tell. After a poor opening round, we steadily climbed the standings all the way to third, achieving 3 podium finishes along the way. Really fun and really good experience this year in VEC. With Blackhawk's third win, they held off Pulse Motorsport, which was the 4-time and most winning car of our division. We've had so many battles with so many of the teams I'm about to mention right now, and I just want to give them a good shout out. Our upper midfield competitors such as RC Racing Team, Motorsport Italia, who is the only other car besides Blackhawk and Pulse to win a race, Rev Sim Racing UK, I've mentioned them a lot in my videos, Undercover Sim Racing, Adonis FRS GT, the core team Porsches of course, and the VRE Row Racing BMW. There are of course many more teams in our class as well, and we enjoyed sharing the track with them. So thanks so much to Sim Racing Club and VEC for putting on an amazing championship and show all season long. And thanks to all my viewers who watch the highlight videos and such that I created over the season. You guys and gals are awesome. That being said, we will definitely be back for more next year. Our team is beginning to discuss next season. Obviously, we're hoping for a Room 1 entry next year, and we shall wait and see about maybe what class we enter in. But that's it from me, that's it from Le Mans, and that's it for the season. There will be a full season recap video on the way soon and lots of racing content over the summer, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching this season and have a great day.